All right, what's going on YouTube? So, back with another live. I better put my earbuds in so you guys can probably hear me better. What's everybody got going on? I will talk about the 7 PRC, how it shot today, and kind of what I saw once we get some people in here, and we're going. So, we're only been going for about 30 seconds or so. We'll see how it goes. So, I think the best part about hanging out here in the parking lot for soccer is seeing all the soccer moms drop their kids off. It's the best part. What's up, Jamie? How you doing, man? Dude, so Jamie, I got my scope for my 35 Wayland, but I was an idiot and ordered 30 millimeter rings instead of 1 inch. So I just ordered 1 inch now. Today. Hopefully they get here soon because I was really hoping to shoot that thing this weekend, but it's not gonna happen. So I was a knucklehead and bought the wrong rings. So sorry about that. I know you're excited to see some 35 Wayland stuff, and I'm excited to shoot it, but I wanted to make sure I did that right. Yeah, what's funny is I actually filmed a whole different video. It was quite a bit longer. I was putting the rings on, talking about it, and I realized, wait a second, these are not even the right rings. So, that's okay. Now I got a set of those for 30 millimeter. So maybe if I ever change the scope or different rigger M77 or something like that. So, hey Wayne, how's it going, man? So yeah, we'll make it work either way. I got to the range, shot the 7 PRC today. I got new. Let's see here. What the heck did somebody just say? Okay. All right, whatever. I got to the range. Always good to have spare set of rings later. I have a ton of 30. You know what's crazy? I have a ton of 30 millimeter. From low to high to extra high. 4 screws, 6 screws, 2 screws. I have a ton of those. I just don't shoot much 1 inch, so I didn't have those, and I only shoot a couple 34s. So I went and got those Night Force rings from Sports Warehouse, and oh my gosh, spending $212 on rings is painful. They got it lower. I mean, I can basically get like 2 pieces of paper between the scope and the barrel, so it fits. It's funny though, like the other 1 inch rings that I have, I mean the other 1 inch high rings for that, they don't fit. So it's pretty interesting how that worked out. But I'm glad they fit. Because I mean, if they didn't, I was gonna bring them back. But yeah. Let's see here. F class Rob just saw on the other live from last night, looking into starting a group chat. Please consider a Discord channel. Great platform for an open chat forum. I can help moderate for that. Yeah, I am gonna do a Discord channel. So I almost have my website completed. Gonna be working on it more tonight. I mean, I'll have it up, but I really won't have much on it yet. But I'll have it on and Discord chat, and I'll start like a forum so like people can like type on there too. I'm not too terribly aware of how Discord works, but that's a good idea. I don't know how many people use Discord. I've used it a few times, kind of for like when I play Call of Duty with buddies or something like that. But yeah, we'll probably do that. We can make that work. So that's a good idea, Rob. John, loading some 358 Winchester tonight. Taking the BLR out to the range tomorrow. Rifle season starting in a few weeks. How have you ever loaded this cartridge before? The 358 Winchester. Yes, I have loaded it once for a buddy. But mainly a 35 Wayland's kind of like what I load in that bullet weight or bullet range. So, but that's a pretty cool cartridge though. If I remember right, I loaded the 180 grain TSXs for him, and they shot lights out. I think he had it in either like an older Remington 700 or like a 721 with a different, like obviously with like a barrel on it that got done, but pretty nice rifle actually, and it shot really well. It kicked really bad though. It was not a fun gun to shoot. He had a fixed Leopold 4 power scope on it, and when I did the load development for him, this was quite a while ago. This probably was 10 years ago when I did the load development for him. It would just beat me and beat me and beat me. So I would go to the range, shoot 3 to 5 shots, and then let it sit for like an hour before I shot again because it was a pretty rough rifle to shoot. So, but anyways, so I got the Night Force rings on the 7 PRC, so that's a win. Um, I cleaned it really, really good. I didn't notice much copper fouling. Like, so when I went to go do, copper remover through there, usually you'll get blue. So copper fouling was not bad, which is a good sign. So, I got that done. Scope on. Let's see here. What does John say? I also have a custom Remington 760 pump rifle. Oh, that would be a cool rifle. Is that pretty rare? I don't know if I've ever seen one of those, John. So when you say custom, like as in like, was it a was that the custom? Was that like the title of the Remington, or is like you had that done? But anyways, so uh, got to the range, re-zeroed the scope because I changed the ring, so it was shooting really low. And we got it zeroed. About five, did that in about 5 shots, and then I cleaned the barrel again. Didn't see much copper fouling, but just cleaned until I didn't get anything out of it. And then I'll show you guys. Well, you kind of saw it on the picture, but here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can do some. I think I'm gonna turn the camera around and then hold it. Okay, so here's my first 3 shots from cleaning it. After cleaning, that's pretty good. That's under an inch group. The other thing is I've gone to as much as I hate 3-shot groups with that rifle, the barrel and the carbon fiber, it just flings shots. You'll see here in a second why I say that. Um, so first 3 shots, not bad. That's under an inch group. Next 3, I went boom, 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 and then shot. So you can see it open up as it heated up. And then the next 3. So what I did was I shot 1 and then 2, and then waited 5 minutes and shot the third. So I'm kind of like trying to figure out what's going on. And then here's what happens when you shoot 3 right in a row. Boom, boom, boom. So it opened up quite a bit. But what's crazy, this one was 200 feet per second faster. This is the 180 grain ELD match from Hornady. This one, something was wrong with this one. I even had bolt lifts, so I had pressure. So there was something wrong with this one here. So I mean, like it shouldn't like I don't think like maybe that could have been to heat, but that's pretty dramatic here. So, but overall, I'm very well pleased. Because to be honest with you, the precision, I mean, the match has never shot incredibly well from Hornady from me, but I'll take that stuff. So, like to me, that's not bad. And then the Hornady precision stuff should get better, I would think. And then obviously hand loads, and then I've got some of the Barnes 160 grain bullets, but I also have the Barnes. I've got 40 rounds of the Barnes loan ammo, and I got some Federal ammo to shoot, and the Hornady CX stuff. So that's looking a lot more promising. So I'm excited about that because the other barrel would be like 3 shots at like 6 to 8 inches. It was bad. So, and the fact that I'm not getting a bunch of copper fouling out of it is a good sign too. So let's see here. Let's see. Class Rob, sweet. I also have, okay, so it was originally a 35 Remington, 22-inch barrel, and I had it rechambered to 358 and shortened it to 19 inches and handy in the woods. That's cool, man. I've done a few 35 Remingtons too. I like the 35 Wayland over the 35 Remington. Let's see here. Jamie, I've always had heard carbon barrels don't like to be shot. Well, Jamie, that's definitely seeming to be the case. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. Just as someone that likes to shoot a ton, I mean, it's an awesome, like every time, like, so every first shot, guys, was right on the money. Okay, so like, let me flip this back around. Okay. First shot right on the money. 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 So every first shot is dead on, right? And so it's obvious when it starts to see heat, it walks shots, which I don't. I mean, like I guess for hunting rifle is fine. Um, but my problem is I like to shoot a lot, and so and I want to see what it does. Like I'm a huge proponent of more rounds, more data. But what I'm gonna have to do with that rifle is I'm gonna shoot 3-shot groups and probably wait a minute between each shot, even though I don't want to do that. That's probably what I'm doing. And then I'll probably do 3 5-shot groups maybe, and then just take the average out of it for it. So, but I mean, like I said, so that's 4 groups there, and then because that one flung way the heck out there, I mean, your average is probably a little over an inch, so that's not terrible. I have to be pretty barrel. I have a barrel trailer, but like I'm not even sure if, to be honest with you, man, I can't even tell when that barrel's hot because I put my hand on the barrel and the carbon fiber because it's not steel and it feels warm, but it's not hot, but it's obviously getting really hot. I mean I know 7 PRC. It's I mean it's a Magnum cartridge technically. Um, I know it's putting quite a bit of heat down that barrel. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm excited to shoot handholds out of that rifle because I think we'll be able to dial that thing in really well. I'm really excited to shoot the McGuire ballistic bullets out of these, the 143s, and then I think the 160, if I remember correctly, a 160. McGuire ballistic. So I'm excited. It's gonna. I think. I think. I think it'll shoot well. So, but we'll see. We will see. So, anyways, how's everybody's night going? We know John's doing some loading. Anybody else doing any loading tonight? I decapped a bunch of brass. I got it cleaning right now, and then like I said, I gotta work on my website tonight. I want to get that website done, up and running. So yeah, but yeah, so that's what's going on. I didn't bring any other rifles to the range besides 7 PRC. I just kind of want to focus on it. It was actually kind of wasn't the greatest conditions shooting either, but it actually did really well. I mean, we had quite a bit of wind, but I basically waited till the wind calmed down, but it wasn't bad. Wonder if a thermal camera would be able to pick up the hot barrel is under it, the carbon. Probably. That's a good idea, Jamie. Not loading, unfortunately, just chilling. Ben says, hi, no loading, but hunting in the morning. Right on, Jordan. Yeah, bow hunting, right, Jordan? You excited for that? See, Zach says knocking out some 338 Federal Ladder test loads with Varget and 200 grain Horny SST. Right on, Zach. Those should shoot well. I mean, like I've actually never messed with a 338 Federal, but I've heard that's a pretty accurate round. I shoot a lot of other 338 stuff, but reseeding, re up the fishing all day until 9 last night. Okay, we're slammed. Nice. Cool, Wayne. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. Get yourself a nice whitetail, Jordan. That'd be cool, man. That would be cool. So, yeah. I'm hoping to sleep well tonight. I slept terrible last night. Um, and then I got a boys soccer game tomorrow, but otherwise it's gonna be pretty much all day in the reloading room tomorrow. I got the new stand from Inline Fabrication for the short action press, the Nexus, so I can get that up off my bench and like on a stand. So that's gonna be nice. But I'm excited to get that done. And then I'm thinking about selling my Dillon 650 so I can get more room in my. I got so much stuff going on in my room right now. So thinking about selling that. I don't know. I kind of like it for pistol and then use my 750 for rifle stuff, but we'll see. Try those barbecue thermometers that give you thermal meat temp. If it won't work, still got. There you go. That's a good idea, James. That's not a bad idea, man. Have you ever messed around with loading black powder into a cartridge guns and trying to get accuracy out of it? Make sure. I don't touch. Be honest, with you, man, I don't touch black powder. I don't even own a muzzle loader. Everything I do is smokeless powder. I do shotgun stuff, but I don't do any of the any muzzle loader stuff, any black powder stuff. It's just I don't know. It's never interested me, although it probably should, to be honest with you, because the best deer season is muzzle loader. So I don't know. Maybe I need to think about it. Might be a good idea. Because they get a hunt in the rut. My season starts next weekend, next Saturday for deer, and then we got 7 days to try to get one. Yeehaw! Hey, Crash, how you doing, man? So yeah, Ed, I don't know if you're in here, but I got your email. I'll reply to it. I meant to reply to it earlier today, but I forgot. And I also have your 22 Creedmoor breast that I'm gonna be sending out to you. I just haven't got to it, man. I've been swamped. Sticking post office where I live is like they're open from 9 to 5:30, but I swear they're never open till 5:30. Like I'll get there at 5:15 and they're not there. It drives me nuts, man. So I don't know. For us, like normal people that work jobs, I don't know how people even get to the post office, and they're not open on Saturday. So let's see. Any trends you see with TTSX and how far off lands like to be? Had best results. My 300 Win Mag off, but still not as good. But yeah, they love the jump, man. Um, it depends. It obviously depends your mag length and stuff like that. Uh, but I think I usually try to go 100,000s off the lance. But sometimes obviously your magazine has affected it. If you try to load those close, they are not going to shoot. I don't know why that is, the TTSXs and the TSX. But the LRX, which is weird, it is a different bullet. The LRX kind of like being closer, which is I have found at least. So, Wayne, 224 Valkyrie, you ever load for? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have a buddy that's got a 224 Valkyrie. I slayed a coyote with that when I was in Texas, and then also a bunch of groundhogs. So a 224 Valkyrie is a cool cartridge. It's tough though because I mean I think the 22 arc just basically replaced it. Better designs, better cartridge. So uh, okay, Zach, dumb question, but is that all you ever try with that barrel? I have had to clean tons before switching to solid brass. I think you're asking there, Zach. Okay, yeah, he's answered it. Solid copper. Okay. I cleaned it down to bare metal. Prior to beginning. Good. Okay, so good. Both of you guys are doing that. That's one thing I was going to bring up. Because dude, there's so much weird like topics and stuff like that. Because some people are like, oh no, it does make a difference, and some people does like kind of like a kneeling, man. Like I don't understand why you wouldn't anneal your breast because it doesn't hurt it. I don't understand why you wouldn't clean your barrel down to bare metal before swapping bullets like that. It doesn't hurt it. It's different metals. It's gonna have different friction. Um, like I don't know. I don't know if some of it's clickbait. I don't know if it's just some people are lazy. I don't know what, but I mean personally, that's what I do. I clean if I'm even just switching bullets, like today, I didn't even want to shoot the CXs because I was gonna have to clean that rifle, that 7 PRC, down to bare metal and then shoot some fowlers, and I didn't really want to do that at the range. Usually I would, but it was not something I wanted to do today. Let's see, John. Got some Blackhorn 209 from Hodgin Powder Way by volume. It is nearly as clean as modern smokeless, but none of the issues of black powder makes muzzleloader shooting much cleaner and fun. Oh, that's cool, John. Interesting. Got you, Zach. That's a good start at least. Okay. Wayne, my cousin is having a bad result with 55 grain VMAX not killing coyotes, so I gave him some 60 grain VMAX. Let try. Um, Wayne, so if it's, I mean, like, where's he shooting the coyote? The other thing is it might be going too fast, to be honest with you, Wayne. That's probably what's happening. The bullet's just exploding. So that would be my guess. 55 grain should kill a coyote. So anyone know about the range cut? I do not. Sorry, Jordan. Wayne, I freaking love 60 grain VMAXs. They are a monster. Yeah, the 60 grain VMAXs work really good. You know what's you know what works really good too is that 69 or is it 69 or 68 grain Barnes match burner. It's a cup and core bullet, but it's like a mat. It's a their match bullet. It's not a solid copper bullet. That bullet literally shoots in every 224 cal I have ever shot. 223, 223, 5.56, basically the same thing. Uh, 22 arc, 22 Grendel, um, 22 Creedmoor. Let's see here, 224 Valkyrie. Let's see, there's also there's more. 22 Hornet. It wouldn't shoot because it was too long, but it would shoot. I mean, if it could shoot it, it would shoot it. It'd be slow, but it would shoot it. Let's see. There's more that I think I can't think of. Anything that will fit, that heavier bullet weight. But anyways, like if you guys, dude, yeah, Crash, man, those barns are they, and if you're not shooting deer, they will work well. 53 grain VMAX has been nasty on coyotes out of my 223 bolt gun. Yeah, I run 60 grain in my 22 250 with no problems. They're night hunting, so I don't know what's going on with the 225. Okay. Um, Yeah, Wayne, I mean yeah, it's a good bolt. And the 53 grain. The 53 grain I really like in my Seiko 223 bolt. It works really well too. Has he tried a flashlight? Yeah, better than a flashlight, right? Right, Crash? But anyways, uh, so, um, are they using thermals? Are they using night vision? What's going on? I mean, like, uh, I don't know. I mean, are they hitting the dogs and they're running away? Because if you don't hit a coyote in its pump house, it will run forever and go and die. I mean, I know from personal experience. I shot a coyote with a 300 Win Mag, and I hit him in the guts, and he ran over 400 yards. So I'm able to do it, and then I shot a coyote at 900 yards, 980 something yards with the 22 Creedmoor, and hit him right in the pump house, right in the chest, and he just folded and collapsed right there. So let's see here. An old school hand loader I learned from used to shoot 110 FMJs and 110 Jack jalapenos from a 300 H&H. The FMJ would hold together, would disintegrate upon leaving the barrel due to speed. Um, I don't think it's disintegrating from speed. It's probably being over twist. Well, which kind of contributes to the speed, I guess. They're using thermals and high dollar equipment. Interesting. I kind of was thinking so since he's just shooting a 224 Valkyrie, which is crazy expensive to shoot these days. Um, my guess, Wayne, is the bullet's blowing up. That would be my guess. I shot a coyote at 37 yards, right in the chest with a 22 Creedmoor with 80 grain ELDX. It knocked that dog down, and then he got up and ran into the corn, and then the corn finally stopped. So he died in the corn, but that bullet just exploded on him. I mean, there was no blood anywhere where I hit him. But there was, I mean, like you heard a thwap, he went down and then got right back up, and I couldn't hit him because he ran into area like a section I couldn't shoot again, but ran into the corn and died. So anything besides 22 is expensive to shoot nowadays. Uh, yeah, I mean, 22 is still not cheap now anymore like it used to be, right? But I don't think, man, Jordan, you can really get in. I mean, like you can really start saving money the more you reload and the longer you can get your brass to last. That's why you got to anneal. Like, I just got a bunch of Peterson brass. I'd be a fool. Like, it's 300 rum Peterson brass, which is, if I can remember right, it's like 230, 200, $2.30 a piece of brass. I would be a fool not to anneal that. For one, you're supposed to, it'll help with case cracking. It'll prolong your life of your brass, and it helps with spring back, and it helps with neck tension. So, I mean, like, but let's see here. Wayne said, I watched the video he recorded. Dog was hit behind front shoulder at 122 yards, did the spin around and bolted. Oh man, okay. If it then he was obviously hit. Um, that's interesting though. Oh yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna comment on Wayne. So Wayne, the I don't know. Yeah, that dog obviously wouldn't died somewhere unless he hit him like on the top. Almost spined him. But yeah. Okay. So Zach. So my 300 rum, that Winchester Model 70, it's getting threaded right now. The guy told me to be ready next week. And so then we'll go out and shoot it. Just shoot some stuff through it. But I'm trying to get an HS Precision stock, or I'm getting a either HS Precision or um, AG Composite stock for it, so I can add a little bit of weight to it because it's gonna kick pretty good. But yeah, the Prairie Dog and Coyote gun, that's what it's gonna be. 300 Win Mag versus Prairie Dogs. Yeah, but man, the 300 rum spanks that 300 Win Mag, dude, Jordan. So let's see. I kneel every loading or every other. I have heard different opinions. I kneel every loading, James. Um, I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, you're already taking the time to try to build better ammo than what you can get. So why not do that step? And you can get, the EP2 annealer, which I use. You can get it for $200. I mean, I think you're stupid not to do it personally. I mean, I'm not calling people stupid, but with what brass costs these days, I mean, it's just smart too, I feel. Let's see here. Crash says, James, it depends. I personally kneel every time. Isn't range run trash, but even then I kneel. You can't over kneel. Well, you can over kneel, but you can't like you fire it and then kneel again. You can over kneel it as in you can just have it too hot. But I know what you mean, Crash. Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Only thing I don't anneal is pistol brass. I don't need to. So. Um, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant as soon as I said something. I was like, oh, I probably seemed like an ass there. I knew what you meant. Because so let's say, let me think here. I have some 30-06 brass Lapua that I have 31 firings on. 31. That's pretty good. I have some 22 Creedmoor that I have 13 firings on, which those primer pockets will be gone before the neck's gone. Let me think. So it kind of just depends, but I mean, most of my stuff I'm into like 6, 7, 8 firings, and then once the primer pocket's gone, there's nothing you can do about that. But um, yeah, trying to think here. And like obviously you don't have to go buy yourself like an EP kneeler. You can. It's like for the longest time, I just used a drill and a socket that fit it, and I just used a torch. You can do it that way too, but that kind of gets old if you got a lot to do. When you get brass, like the brand new Peterson brass I got, that stuff's been annealed. They anneal it. Even like it may not look like it's annealed, but it's annealed. The only reason you're not seeing the anneal is because they've cleaned it. They've like taken it off. Speaking of firing, how many do you usually get out of 300 blackout brass? I've really only been able to get 3 firings max before the primer pockets wear out, even before max charge data. Okay, Crash. 2 things. Is it actual 300 blackout brass head stamp? Are you using pistol primers or small rifle primers? Which ones are those? Is it sub or super? And how hot are you pushing it? So answer those questions, and then I'll tell you. I'll just tell you, I roughly get about 6 before the primers fall out, and then I'll tell you what I do. So, um, but I'm curious to see what you do because yeah. And there's a time during COVID that I definitely did it a certain way too. Um, I mean, because you can, like for instance, I 3D print a, jig to cut 223 brass down. But let's see here. Okay, both types of brass. Tried small rifle. I now use small rifle magnums and can extend the life that way. I load supers, and enforcer powder. Okay, so you don't load any subs, Crash? Oh, it's all supers. Boy, I take it. Okay, so what I have noticed, which I don't know, this might be controversial. During COVID, I used all small pistol primers for 300 blackout. It's pretty much a stinking pistol cartridge. Only thing is that cup. If you're running an AR, the cup is softer, so you could be You got to be careful. You can have slam fires. So I don't recommend that. But here's the thing: when I was using small pistol primers, it was wearing my primer pockets out. That's the reason I was asking that. Also, small magnum primers will also wear your primer pockets out too. I've heard the primers flatten like crazy with standard rifles. I think I'd. So, and the other thing is dude, I mainly load 90% of 300 blackout I do is subs. So I'm gonna get probably more life out of the brass anyways. But no, wait, I didn't think I've never really had like crazy problems with it. But I have noticed it, and then the other thing is like city brass. For some reason, primer pockets suck. They're just gone. Um, that is one thing I think I only get if I when I was doing it, I think I was only getting 3. So if you're using like city brass, Crash, that could be it. But I don't use that anymore. I use a lot of Starline. I use Starline's brass, and you'll get better if you switch to Starline, dude. I bet you might see some better results. Let's see here. I think it's more the enforcer powder I'm using. Wayne, I switched to the PMC brass. That's where I ended up with about 3 firings. Okay. Um, it could be the enforcer powder. I mean, obviously, you said you're loading supers, right? So I mean, bullets? What bullets are you loading? I mean, are you using this for hunting, or are you just plinking? And then why don't you load subs? Do you have a can, Crash? Do you run it with a can or no? Because I'll tell you what, man, running, or is it just you don't get accuracy? And you're probably are you running a short barrel, 16-inch barrel? Is it a bolt gun? Is it an AR? There's a lot of questions, but my thing is um, if you use a pistol primer, it seems to wear the pockets out a lot quicker. Like City Brass, the primer pockets wore out super quick on me, and then also the small rifle primers, Magnums also did it too. I do have a can. I need to try subs. My barrel is 8-inch AR pistol. I load 150 grain a pill. Okay, and 110 VMAXs. All right, cool. So yeah, no, dude, you do need to do subs, especially with an 8-inch barrel. It might be a little finicky to get to work with a can to get it to cycle, but dude, you don't know what you're missing out not running subs. You know the saying, once you go a certain way, you never go back. Once you go subs, you'll never go back unless it's you want to go kill something with it, like at longer range. But man, subs inside 50 yards is so much fun on steel. Like even 100 yards is fun. But subs, like it's a lot of fun to shoot. It's so quiet. Jamie, little gun was the best powder I found for my blackout bolt gun, 110 Hornady bullet, and pushing it as fast as I can, and extremely accurate. Right on, dude. That Jamie, yeah, little gun, H110 are my go, and CFE black. Those 3 powders are my main. CFU Black is actually a really good powder. So is um Shooter's World black they have a Shooter's World black powder, I think is what it's called. That stuff works really well too. I know about the subs. Everyone dogs on me. It's home defense and hog bullets first range, toy second. I mean, dude, subs will kill a hog too. Definitely. And subs will work fine as self defense. You just have to have the right bullet. So those 190 grain Hori that was shooting yesterday, you saw how accurate those things were shooting. So yeah, I loaded 300 blackout supersonic with CCI's 450 and worked up to max charge of little gun and the Barnes 120 tack out of a Ruger American 16. Nice, dude. How do those shoot? John, I bet you those shoot well. That's probably pretty good. That's probably a fun one. I've had good luck with PMC brass and 308. It lasts a long time. 308 brass, my best luck I've ever had is Federal and Lapua. Obviously Lapua, but Federal brass works really well. PMC though is good brass too, though. I've noticed. And IMI, the Israel brass. Let's see here. Crash. Jamie just bought a pound of little gun that for that reason. I gotta give it a go. I'll try CFE Black too eventually. Yeah, and then H110. H110 is gonna be your friend too. H110, Winchester 296, both very, very good. And that. Love little gun and 44 mag. You hate Federal brass? Why do you hate Federal brass, Wayne? Like H110 is also good in 44 mag. That's a fun cartridge to load to use 44 mag. I love that cartridge. I got that 357 Ruger, and I'm excited to start playing with it. So I'm gonna have to get some bullets for that though. I don't have any 357 bullets. I need to do that. That's the one thing. Like my Sportsman's locally doesn't have any like a good bullet, like pistol bullet selection. So I gotta go online and do that. I appreciate the info, guys. I'll give a H110 296 a go too. Yeah. So Crash. The other thing is like H110 296. It's literally the same powder. So buy one or the other. You don't need to buy both. I just buy H110 because it's usually more available, and I buy it in the 8-pound jug because I use H110 in a ton of stuff. I've been using H110 in 8.6 blackout too. Works well. They shoot sub MOA 100 yards, and their BC is 358. That little 120 grain bullet is still hitting with exactly. Okay, so dude, John, we were just talking about 300 rum. That's the bullet I'm gonna use in the 300 rum on Prairie Dogs. That's exactly the bullet I'm gonna use. So it's actually got a pretty good BC on it. So I'm pretty stoked to try that. Let's see here. That crap was terrible in my 22 250. Federal, yeah, I guess maybe it's hit and miss. I don't know. I've had good luck with Federal stuff. Let's see here. Gotcha. If you want good 357 bullets, try Rocky Mountain reloading 357 FMJs if you want something to plink with. Okay, right on. I'll check that out. Oops, I just hit my camera here. Rocky Mountain really. Okay, cool. I'll look into that. H110 is favorite for 240. Are you talking about for 44 mag, Wayne? Yeah, I've been using H110 and Vidivordi N110 in 8.6 blackout, and that's been working really well. I'm gonna start my truck. I'm fogging up my windows apparently here. Yep, 44 mag. Yeah, Wayne, you shoot a lot of that, don't you? Is that your favorite cartridge, Wayne? 44 mag? Or am I thinking someone else? Is that Shane that shoots a lot of that 44 mag? Oops, you guys probably just lost me, didn't you? There. Oh. Shoot. Can you guys hear me? my truck just took over. Let's see here. We're still here. Okay, you guys can hear me though? Got you all good? Okay. That's weird. I don't know. See. I can't. It doesn't want to switch. But anyways, my truck's showing that it's taking over. Loud and clear. Okay, right. And Jamie. Jamie, hey, what do you want for all those bullets we were talking about the other day, by the way? Because it just occurred to me I can load those in 357 too. Good on your end. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Best BC for 308 bullet in its weight. I called Barnes and they said that the expansion velocity threshold is going out to 300 blackout. That doesn't reach that velocity till 510 yards. Yeah, with 300 Norma, I'm not real worried about it, especially if I'm just shooting prairie dogs. But actually, the other thing is I think the Hornady CX bullet is better. I could be wrong. That weren't we? Is the ones you were saying like you had 500 of them, something like that? It was the ones I loaded up for the 35 Wayland. I think they're like one. What are they like? I can't remember, dude. I have way too much going on up here right now. To remember what I think. Can't remember what bullet weighs. It was like 157 or like 158 or something like that. Does that sound right? But John, I would look, but I don't have my manual here right now. But I think the new Hornady CX, it's like a 110 or is it a 130 or 120? It's right in there. I think it's got a little bit higher BC, but it might be a little heavier. I think it might be a 130 now that I'm thinking about it. So you're probably right. But yeah, I actually bought some of those Barnes bullets just for that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, let's see here, the 350 XTPs. Let me run upstairs and look. Oh yeah, dude, you don't. I mean, it's all good, man. There's no reason to sweat it. There's no hurry. But I was just telling these guys that I got that 357 that I'm gonna start playing with. I'm gonna probably order some Starline brass because I don't have any 357 brass, so order some of that and we'll start loading it up and probably do a couple videos on loading 357. So yeah, I got that Ruger 357 Blackhawk. It's from 1964, I believe. It's the 3. So like if you look at a Ruger, it's got the 3 pins right above the trigger. Apparently, it's pretty rare. I got a pretty good deal on it. I mean, I still paid more than I want to, but I didn't have a 357, so I thought, what the heck? Got a couple 38, now I got 357, 44 mag, and some other stuff. But I was like, man, I gotta have a 357. So, oh, guys, if you're not following Alabama Reloader, and you guys are into the 22 Creedmoor, he just built himself a 22 Creedmoor. So, let's see here. The 140 grain FX bullets in my 357 are sweet. Really? Okay. Are they just nice to shoot, or are they pretty accurate? And is that's in a what kind of 357 Wayne is it? I am becoming more and more like I love semi-automatics. I love 1911s. Like 1911s are my favorite pistol, but I'm becoming a wheel gun guy. That's for sure. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what John says. Hornady 308 110 CX has a BC of 310. Barnes is the 308 120 has a BC of 358. Okay. I think the bullet I was thinking of, John, was the 130 grain, but I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm wrong a lot. So, let's see, Zach. You're about to be my wife's enemy number one with all these new projects ideas you're always giving me, dude. Well, good. She can be like best friends with my wife because and we have the same name. So except for you spell it wrong. I spell it ZAK. You spell it ZACH. It's all good. But yeah, my wife, she's like, you do not need all these. I was like, yeah, I do. Of course I do. Um, I have a ton of projects, guys. I mean, like I keep telling you guys I'm gonna get to it, get to it, get to it. Now, obviously, I'm doing my best, but uh, yeah, um, that's what I'm here for. But you know, so I'm also here to do it, so you guys don't have to do it, right? I just gotta find out a way to um, make money while I'm doing it. So I'm just so the wife can get off my back a little bit about it. So that's kind of the goal here. But I'm doing okay at it. So let's see here. Very accurate shooting a Ruger 4-inch. Okay, right on. Zach, you just repeated after me. It was on clearance. Yeah, right. Repeat after me. It was on clearance. No, like no, you just tell her they gave it to me. They gave it to me, right? It's they gave it to me, but I gotta do like 47 payments of $47 kind of thing, right? And if you act fast, you can get like a second one, like an infomercial, right? Maybe they'll give you a rag too. Just 47 payments of $47. So yeah, yeah. So pretty funny. Um, it's funny. I was talking to my buddy. He goes, "Man, it'd be so much." He says some weird stuff. So then there ain't nothing. I don't want to get into a political thing, but he says some weird stuff. But he goes, "Man, it'd be so much easier if I was just married to a dude." I was like, "What? What do you mean?" He goes, "I could hunt whenever I wanted. I could fish whenever I wanted. We'd all have trucks and all this stuff." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." Uh, I said, "Yeah, you know, you might want to rephrase what you're saying." But yeah, but his wife is pretty crazy. His wife doesn't let him do a whole lot. So um, there's that. She's a very controlling, but yeah. Yeah, my buddy's yeah. Testing the waters. Yeah, he's testing it on the wrong guy. Yeah, if that's the case, he's definitely testing on the wrong guy. I mean, he's a Marine, so he has taken a lot of showers with dudes. So there's that. Um, but yeah, just kidding. Um, but yeah, no, he's a funny guy though. So, uh, anyways, let's see here. What else? Zach, what project idea did I give you? Now you got me curious. He's tiptoeing a fine line there. You need to watch your back at all times when around him. Yeah, I kind of was like, I don't think I'm going into a 6-day a backcountry hunt with him. There's no Brokeback Mountain in me. So sorry, buddy. Nah, I don't know. He says some stuff sometimes. I'm like, dude, do you think before you talk? Because some of the stuff you say just comes out wrong. But yeah, he's a funny dude. I bet you because he was in the Marines for 6 years. I bet you he got picked on so much for the stuff that he says. Um, because it's like he just says stuff that like most people would just be like, "What in the world?" It's kind of funny, but yeah, I could be wrong. But unless they discontinued it, Horny doesn't list a 130 cal CX. Okay, so hopefully I do not lose. Did I lose you guys? You still there? I'm not sure what happened. Did I lose you guys? Okay. All right. I was gonna look and see. Hornady has in their ballistic calculator, they have a 130 grain CX bullet, and so I was trying to. I was gonna go find that, but for 30 cal, but maybe it's one. I don't know, man. John, I don't know. I'll tell you what. Next live or my next video, I'll find it and I'll shout you out. So, okay. So let's see here. Zach was saying. I don't know. I'll find out which CX bullet it was. Already planning, but I do have some of those Barnes bullets that you're talking about. Already planning on doing a 6 arc Howa bolt gun build and a 22 arc. Oh, dude, right on. Dude, you're gonna love the 6 arc bolt gun. Man, I freaking love that cartridge. The 6 arc is a fun cartridge. And it's relatively cheap to shoot. These 6 mil bullets aren't terribly expensive. Um, doesn't take much powder. Brass is easy to get. And if you like, because you've got, I think, let's see here, Who's all making 6 arc? Obviously got Horny, you got Starline making it, um, and then, there's another one making it, I can't remember though. Later, John, man, thanks for coming in and chatting, I appreciate it. Why can't I think of? Oh, Alpha Munitions is making 6 arc brass, and that stuff is nice. I got 100 of it, and holy Nikes, that stuff was expensive, but it's pretty nice. So I shoot a 6 enough. I shoot 6 arc enough. Literally today. So okay, so like today was the first time going to the range, and I always take a rifle, and then I always take another rifle with me, and it's always a 6 arc. I shoot probably, I don't know, 100 rounds of 6 arc every time I'm at the range, and today was the first time I haven't done that in 2 years. But I have some 158 grain horny hollow points and some 180 grain jacketed hollow points. I'll send you a box. Oh, Jay, you don't need to, man. I was thinking that I thought you were saying you had a bunch of more of those bullets that you sent me that we loaded in the 35 Wayland. And weren't those I mean those are 357 bullets, aren't they? Or am I just completely misthinking here, Jamie? I'm probably completely thinking wrong here, which obviously happens uh, probably a lot. I am not a smart man, but man, it is getting dark. We're getting close. Once we hit an hour, I'll go ahead and call it. But appreciate all you guys in here, man. Good little chat today. You guys are starting to become. I got a couple regulars, which is nice. Crash, Jamie, Wayne. It's nice having people that are consistently in here. Otherwise, sometimes I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, those were 357 Hornady XTPs, 158 rates. Okay, I'm not losing my mind. Okay, all right, right on. Okay, I was like, wait a second, I feel like I'm losing my mind. What 35 bullets you looking for? Oh, I was mainly just talking for loading some 357 stuff, but I load quite a bit of 35 Wayland. So I have quite a bit of like bullet stuff for like 35 Wayland. Thankfully, I got quite a bit of that. That's one of my favorite. I think probably one of my favorite cartridges to shoot. Um, oh boy, Jordan back with his dad jokes. Want to hear a joke again today? Sure, Jordan. Let's hear it. But Wayne, I am looking at Hammer Bullets has some 35, 358 diameter bullets. Solid coppers, I think like 200 grain, and I'm excited to try those. I'm gonna try those out. Let's see here. Why was the piggy bank so wise? I don't know, Jordan. Tell us. Let's hear why the piggy bank was so wise. Jordan's like another regular too. They are filled with. That's actually a funny one, Jordan. They're filled with common sense. I like it. Ban income. That was pretty funny. Let's see. I can't think of any. I screwed up a joke yesterday. Let's see here. If my memory steers me right, it should have been 357, 250 spear hot core, and some. Yes, you're right. That is what you sent me, Jamie. That's what you sent me. Yep. I have the 250 grains. Were they 250 or 225? I can't remember. But I have everything that you sent me loaded up for 35 cal, and then I have the 120 grain 257 stuff set aside for the 257 Weatherby project that I'm going to be doing. So, yeah. So, Jamie, you've been a huge supporter. I appreciate it, man. Tossing around the idea of getting a Ruger M77 bolt gun in 357 as a nice whitetail whitetail hunting package in the timber. That'd be cool, Zach. I didn't know that they made that in 357. That'd be cool. I think I've never shot 357 on a rifle. That would be fun. I see a lot of people shooting with a lever gun, but I'm going to tell a joke every live. There you go. Okay, Jordan. Okay, we'll count on you, Jordan. Jordan, your brother's not in here. Where's he at? We also don't have the Newfoundland guy. The guy that I didn't know lived in I didn't know Canada was Newfoundland. Boy, I felt stupid last night. That's for sure. Um, so, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, yeah. Where's the maple moose? Yeah, where's he at, man? Um, so, hey, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna end it right here. It's getting really dark. I have to pee very bad, so I'm gonna run over to the porta potty over here on the kids' soccer field and go take a leak. Um, because I'm shaking my truck. I have to pee so bad with my bounce in my leg. Jamie, dude, you do what you want, man. I appreciate you offering. I'm also willing to buy or send you something for him. I appreciate you offering. That means a lot to me. So I appreciate it. Okay, all right on, dude. Drive safe. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm at deer camp. He's camping. Oh, okay, right on. Cool, dude. All right, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you always for stopping in. I appreciate it, you guys. It means a lot to me. Um, like having the same people in here over and over again actually makes me want to do this more. So I really appreciate it. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Oh, there's bait and ammo. They finally said something. All right, guys, later.